Hi, my name is Ellis. I'm welcoming everybody to the first post from Broken But Built. I wanted to take a little time to explain what this brand is about. This brand is about coming back from a significant injury, a significant loss. Could be, like for me, I broke my body roughly about 18, 19 months ago. Got a bunch of bulging discs in my back. It's made my life very hard to do. Um, Also, in that time, I became a Disneyland dad, which is anything but frickin' Disneyland for me and or my kids. I was terminated from my job where I got injured at, and spent the next year making over 2,000 applications to other jobs, and finding out that either it's the economy or it's me. It's probably a bit of both. No returns on my applications to do anything, because here's the thing: is what I've been doing with most of my adult life, which is driving truck, is something I can't do anymore. So there's probably a lot of these people looking at these applications. What is this 43-year-old truck driver wanting to get into an office for? And so I'll get into that deeper later on. But we're going to be operating from the state of mind that pain is relative. So though my situation was very painful for me, it might not be painful for somebody else. And then that whole what's painful for you might feel like a bike ride through Disneyland for the guy on your right, but the guy on your left would send him down the path to suicide. I mean, pain is relative to your experience. So that being said, just everybody's story is their story, and hopefully my story isn't just for me; it'll help a couple other people down the road. Because it's going to be kind of an open forum. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll sit down and go through all the comments on any of the social media posts, and I'll answer questions or make notes for future content and cite said person who asked questions to possibly participate, or at least cite them as Bob asked this question. This is going to be a very bizarrely vulnerable type of social media thing, mainly for no other reason. It's the only way I know how to be. Toxically vulnerable, which kind of works twofold, is that I tend to believe what people tell me, and that's burned me a time or two, but I refuse to believe that people are no longer worth their word. And if there's something going on in my life and you ask, and I know that you genuinely care, I'll tell you. I hate being the guy that says that I'm okay when I'm not okay. But that's not to say that I go around pissing and moaning and bitching and complaining either. But it's definitely, if you're inside my inner circle and you ask me what's wrong, I'll tell you. And if you're outside my circle, if you seem interested in the answer, I'll give you the elevated 5,000-foot view of what the problem is. And who's to say that down the road you don't become a part of the inner circle, and we'll share deeper conversations about the problems. But the main part of Broken But Built is to help people find inspiration to rebuild their lives. Because the hardest part about this injury, right, is my life's not normal anymore. 42 years of living life one way, and then I wake up one day and I can't do the dishes without recovery time. I can't get on my hands and knees and scrub my bathtub. I can't go out and run after my 3-year-old daughter as she runs on the playground, because after about 10 or 15 minutes, my left leg quits working. Or to do so requires me a significant amount of recovery time. So the part that really sucks is that I'm not the active kind of dad that I always wanted to be. I mean, aside from not having my children full time, only having them 2 nights a month, and that's a great story. We'll go down that road at some point too. But having my kids 2 nights a month, and we spend those 2 nights a month playing video games, watching movies, and playing in the house, and Pretty Princess right here in the living room, because Dad's not great at being mobile right now. And hopefully, through the process of, getting attorneys involved with my workman's comp and stuff like that, maybe I can get some surgery down the road, and maybe I can get to feeling better. But right now, it's the reality where I'm at. There's no more normal for me. And that's been really hard to deal with. Another confession I'm going to make is I've never been a content creator. Well, not like this. I've in the past created content for a men's group that I'm a part of. just pale mail here and there, asking weird questions, um, to spark debates and stuff like that. But this is the first time I've put myself out there. Um, so, to be totally honest, I came across this business model by sitting here and having a conversation with my co-pilot AI on my computer because somebody recommended it. Hey, Ellis, why don't you ask your AI what are some viable options for you? And it came up with a very compelling set of ideas, which would one ask me to step outside my comfort zone, two uh, do things that I've never done before. Like there is a Etsy store linked to Printify, which is linked to Facebook, which is linked to TikTok, which is linked to uh, God, I don't even know what else, right? So all of this stuff shares intermingledly, and of course I did the easy thing first, right? I created the T-shirts and the hats and stuff because that's something I actually have a little bit of experience with, and it's kind of fun and it's not scary, like talking to people or putting yourself out there. But even this morning, I found myself not wanting to come and sit down and have this conversation with the computer, which is eventually going to be conversations with people. I've got to take out my trash. I've got to take a shower. I've got to shave my face, which I actually did because I was a little scruffy. But my house is still. I have my daughters this weekend, and parts of my house are still in disarray. I've got a little Minnie Mouse shopping cart in the middle of my living room, and it's still there because it hurts to bend over to pick it up and put it away.